Hi, this is Amy Peikoff, and this is News Sandwich, my shorter format show in which I sandwich the bad news in between two pieces of good news. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with what qualifies as good news these days, which is that we have an explanation for what is a sad mystery of elite athletes collapsing and having all sorts of horrible things happen to them in the wake of getting the coronavirus vaccine, the mRNA vaccines. We had earlier this month a paper by Stephen Gundry that was published by the American Heart Association. And then just yesterday, we saw with GB News, yes, the British one-upped us on Thanksgiving, but we have GB News actually published out there an interview. And let me get you the name of the doctor really quick. Oh, I navigated away from it. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, it's Dr. Asim Malhotra. And he appeared on GB News. There's a clip out there on Twitter that you can find. And he discussed some corroborating evidence from the UK. There's a cardiac research group in the UK that has found similar things, that we've got elevated markers for cardiac inflammation as a result of the mRNA vaccine. And the thing that was very important about his interview is that he said in that case, the researchers were declining to publish their results for fear of losing funding. And he called them out, which, of course, it's the thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Called them out on this because they're supposed to be helping people. They're not supposed to be beholden to pharmaceutical companies. And that is where, unfortunately, so much of their funding is coming these days. So kudos to him, kudos to GB News for getting the word out. But what's the bad news? The bad news is if you looked at the front pages or your feeds this morning, you see that all the news is about these so-called new variants, spelled NU, right? Conveniently, coming out of South Africa. And that immediately people are starting to talk about new vaccines. Pfizer, they say, oh, it's going to take 100 days for us to get a new vaccine that will address the new variant. We've got whole countries who are saying that you cannot have flights coming in from South Africa. They're immediately rushing to do lockdowns and travel restrictions and get vaccines out more. What I'm also seeing, of course, is that they're blaming the unvaccinated for the new variant, even though all these people that have tested for it positive are vaccinated people. They're concluding it's the fault of the unvaccinated. And I'm seeing a renewed, almost frantic push to get all of the unvaccinated people vaccinated, even at the expense of boosters and everything else. And it's suspicious, right? What are they trying to do? They're trying to get rid of the control group. To me, what's the good news? This shows, first of all, that they know they're being exposed. They're in this mad rush to eliminate the control group so that they can blame this rise in heart disease on other factors other than the vaccine. But I think that the truth is starting to come out. So that's one good news. The other piece of good news I wanted to give you is about the new variant itself. If you were at all concerned, just go read Bad Catitude on Substack. Bad Catitude is excellent anyway, but the post from today is particularly good. It's called Botswana Variant Histrionics. And in it, he or she, whoever Bad Catitude is, explains the fact that there is no evidence that this variant is any more lethal. In fact, we don't have evidence that it's any more infectious. That's all just speculation. And it just happens to coincide probably with the Delta variant burning itself out. And at the same time in South Africa, they're going into the part of the season where they would naturally have a spike in infections. So long story short, it's all a bunch of nothing. It's all a bunch of people trying to keep you afraid and keep themselves with all the power and all the money. So what does this amount to? This amounts to permission to get off the train. And if you need one more bit of good news, I'm going to suggest that you go check out something that I got surprised with pleasantly this morning. Haley Mary is an excellent musician all the way across the globe in Australia. And somehow, under the oppressive regime over there, she has managed to be tremendously creative and productive. And she dropped, as a surprise yesterday, a whole EP of 5 new songs. So check out Haley Mary. Go, wherever you like to stream your music. It's Hayley, last name Mary. I'll try to stick a link in the, in the comments below, not in the comments, but in the descriptive material, whatever that's called, everybody. I don't know. Can you give me an excuse because it was Thanksgiving yesterday? I hope you can. Anyway, so that's your news sandwich for today. Permission to get off this train. Don't worry about the new variant, and help spread the word about truth coming out, and that these vaccines and these mandates and these lockdowns and these travel restrictions, that there's no reason for any of them. We just all need to focus on ourselves, on enjoying our lives and improving our own immune systems and health to battle whatever it is that's coming our way. Okay. So take care, everybody. I will see you for the next news sandwich. And tomorrow, Saturdays, is Don't Let It Go here on Rumble as well. So check us out. Okay.